What's going on, everyone? I'm just a typical average American here today to react and learn about weird things that Norwegians do. You know, I'm no one to talk. Americans do a lot of weird stuff. I do a lot of weird stuff. Probably a lot that I'm not even aware of. But today I want to hear about weird stuff Norwegians do. I've been hearing nonstop about all the fantastic things in Norway, the amazing stuff, the amazing people, the great things happening in Norway. But I want to hear about some weird stuff, some crazy stuff, unusual things Norwegians do. So I'm very much looking forward to this video to see if it can give a little insight into, some of the weird stuff we all do, Let's see.
Hey guys, what's up, it's Sunny and welcome to a brand new video. So you guys have been requesting this video for the longest time now, and so I decided on finally making it. If you're new to my channel, I'm Norwegian, and I acknowledge that we Norwegians do some pretty weird stuff.
Okay, I was hoping that this video was made by someone who is Norwegian, because I want like super specific, lived-in details. Not someone who thinks they know about weird Norwegian stuff. I want a weird Norwegian. So perfect. Good.
And in this video, I'm gonna talk about just that. So let's get to it! In Norway, it's totally normal to ignore people on the bus, on the street, or whatever. Most Norwegians will pretend like they haven't seen you or haven't recognized you, in order to having to live through the awkwardness of talking to you for 5 minutes.
Wait, are we talking about if you see someone on the bus or around town or on transportation that you know? Are you supposed to ignore someone that you know them so that you don't have the awkwardness of talking to them? Or are we ignoring people we don't know? Hold on.
Bus, on the street, or whatever. Most Norwegians will pretend like they haven't seen you or haven't recognized you, in order to having to live through the awkwardness of talking to you for 5 minutes.
Oh, I think she's saying that if you're around town or on a bus and you see someone that you know, an acquaintance, someone you kind of know, it's okay if you pretend like you didn't see them or didn't notice them, so that you don't have to like go up to them and be like, "Hey, how's it going? Oh, yeah," and make a bunch of small talk and waste time and pretend like you're interested in stuff. I actually really appreciate this. I think a lot of people in America are guilty of doing this, but we feel bad about it, but we do it anyway. We ignore people so we don't have to like come up with something to say. So I would say there's a version of this in America, but it is funny that this is common in Norway.
And this is not even a joke, I always do this. I don't mean to be mean or something, but this is just something we Norwegians do. Norwegians have the weirdest graduation called russefeiring that lasts for about 1 month. You basically become a so-called russ. I would describe it as
Graduation that lasts a month? Graduation from what? High school? College? Russefeiring. Maybe if I look it up. Russefeiring? Norway? Maybe? Maybe we can learn about this? Oh, celebration for Norwegian high school pupils. This is a celebration of graduating high school that lasts for a month? A month? I can't even think of a celebration in America that lasts for a month for anything.
It's just something we Norwegians do. Norwegians have the weirdest graduation called russefeiring that lasts for about 1 month. You basically become a so-called russ. I would describe it as part road trip, part rave, part-time high school graduation, and full lunacy. You can tell if someone is a russ quite easily because they're wearing overalls called russedress or...
What? There is a special russ outfit that you're supposed to wear? A jumpsuit? Or like a t-shirt? Hold on.
Quite easily because they're wearing overalls called russedress or russebukse.
I've never... What? This is so strange to me. I mean, this is cool. What kinds of stuff do you do? It's part rave? Part celebration? Does everyone have to take part? What if you're just like not into partying and celebrating? Can you just stay home? Like, what if you're really lame and just don't want to? I guess that's okay too. This is fascinating to me.
They also carry around a russekort, which is some cards you create yourself and you can put whatever you like on them. They also complete insane dares in order to get something called russeknuter, which is basically like some knots that
You complete insane dares? Like completing crazy dares is part of it? Is everyone okay with this? What if it's like to vandalize something? What if it's a bad dare and you earn knots? And this has a lot of specific details. Interesting.
you put on your russelue, which is like the hat you wear. These dares can range from drinking beer with tampons in your mouth to eating a cheeseburger in one bite.
What? Okay. All right. That's weird.
Most of the knots has something to do with alcohol, sex, or just in general being an idiot in public. It's actually a lot of fun, however you are hangover for an entire month, and it's, yeah, kind of...
Yeah, well, I guess the legal drinking age is lower in Norway because you're drinking while in high school, whereas in America you can't drink till you're 21, so there's no public drinking. Kids in high school will drink secretly. It doesn't stop them, but it certainly couldn't be part of a publicly known celebration in America.
Kind of annoying considering you have to go to school. Another weird thing we Norwegians do.
Yeah, so you're still going to school. You haven't, it's not like school's out and you graduated and then you celebrate. This is a celebration of a month, like in the final part of high school, and you're still having to go to class. Wow. Okay, I'm gonna have to... I think some people have mentioned this kind of thing in the comments before. I'm gonna have to watch a full explanation on this celebration.
Is driving to Sweden to buy cheap food or candy, energy drinks, beverages.
Wait, what?
Kind of annoying considering you have to go to school. Another weird thing we Norwegians do is driving to Sweden to buy cheap food or candy, energy drinks, beverages, I don't even know, anything really.
Just driving to another country. That's so cool. Because, I mean, actually Americans could drive to Canada, but it's probably such a hassle to get through the border security. And we could go to Mexico, but it's not easy. So, is it really easy for Norwegians to travel to Sweden?
Or another weird thing we Norwegians do is driving to Sweden.
Is it very easy for Norwegians to travel into Sweden quickly? Just to buy cheap food and candy? That's funny.
No, anything really. The weird thing is that we probably don't really save much either because of the driving expenses. Like a chocolate bar in Norway would probably be like $6 or $5, and if you go to Sweden it will be the half price, and if you're driving...
Yeah, I forgot. Candy is really expensive in Norway, isn't it? Not in America. If you want candy in America, man, you can get it, and you can get a lot of it for cheap. We love our candy. So Norwegians are traveling to Sweden. It's probably fun to just travel, and that's part of it, right?
To Sweden, you kind of use a lot of fuel, and it costs a lot of money, so it doesn't make sense, does it? Like, I personally do it all the time. Go to Sweden to buy tons of candy for Christmas or Halloween or...
How long does it take to drive from Norway to Sweden and back? You can do that all in a day? That's amazing, man.
Whatever. It's just something we Norwegians do. Okay, moving on to the next one. Despite the fact that most Norwegians speak English perfectly, most Norwegians haven't really understood that the question, how are you, is simply a polite form for hello. After being asked that...
Yeah. I think this is true for a lot of foreigners. Foreigners to America, people who don't speak English as their first language. When we say, how are you? We are not asking for your life story. We're not asking for you to tell us all about your day and how your month is going, how everything's going. It's literally like saying, "Hi, how's it going?" A proper answer would just be to say, "Good, how are you?" And then I'd say, "Good," and then that'd be it. It'd be over. It's just a greeting. Yeah, it's kind of funny though.
That question, they may actually, talk about how they feel. Another thing is that we Norwegians are known for our culinary awesomeness, with great fish, potatoes, moose meat, and reindeer meat. However, Friday is the special day for eating something good with your friends and family. And this awesome culinary magic that we experience every Friday, it's called tacos. Norwegians love tacos, and we're
I heard about this recently in another video. Taco Friday. That is so random to me. Because in America, tacos are a Mexican thing, part of Mexican culture. So for me to hear that it's a Norwegian thing, that Norwegians love tacos, but I think it's a totally different type of taco. And in the United States, we have a joke, sort of, not a joke, about Taco Tuesdays. Getting tacos on Tuesdays is kind of a joke, though. And in Norway, you have Taco Friday, so there's like a connection there that's kind of funny to me. It's just very random to me. I never heard this.
calling it the Tex-Mex Friday. It is very common indeed, and a lot of Norwegians eat tacos every Friday. Now you know.
Wow, yeah, I mean, that's more serious than Americans. Americans don't eat tacos on Tuesday, every Taco Tuesday. It's kind of for fun. But Norwegians like Taco Friday. I mean, that's cool. I like a taco.
Know that. Moving on. Norwegians are born with skis on their legs. Like, not literally. But if you look at any scoreboard at like this cross skiing or any other type of skiing, you will most likely see a Norwegian on the top 10 or top 5.
Right, this is another thing I've learned about. I mean, skiing was invented in Norway, right? And it is just firmly cemented in Norwegian culture. It's a great place to ski for a long part of the year, or you have those roller skis for when there's no snow, and have a bunch of world-class Olympic level skiers in Norway. Yeah, it's pretty incredible.
Or even top 3. Because that's just what it is. It's snow here all the time, so we don't really have other things to do. We're
Yeah.
just skiing all the time, you know?
Yeah. I mean, the equivalent in the United States would be like Americans are just playing baseball or basketball or football, basketball. Because the weather around the U.S. is usually pretty mild or hot, warm for most of the year. And there's basketball courts everywhere and football teams that you can join in every school. Every school has a football team. And I think that's real similar to Norway, right? Norway gives you a lot of opportunities growing up as a kid to ski, to learn to ski and to practice skiing. So, yeah, it's just a different place, so different sports. It's kind of cool.
And now, over to the last one, which I personally find quite funny, because it's usually very hard to hold a conversation with a Norwegian unless they're drunk. Because we Norwegians tend to be introverts. And yeah, the second we start drinking a pint...
I am somewhat aware of this. I don't know if it's a stereotype or not, but that Norwegians are, well, apparently ignoring each other on the bus. Ignoring each other when you go out. But no, seriously, Norwegians aren't like really eager to share their opinions and be loud and think they're the most important thing on earth. Much more humble and reserved, which I like. I like that a lot.
Of beer or a shot of some sort of an alcoholic.
Oh, she's saying that the best way to get a Norwegian to open up is to get them drunk. Then they'll talk.
Drinking a pint of beer or a shot of some sort of an alcoholic thing. We become alive, I say. It's like you have this social switch that you can turn on and off, and you just basically push it up, and we become like these awesome storytelling, adventurous people.
Yeah, Americans are already kind of annoying by default. So a drunk American is like, oh boy, almost too over the top in a way that it almost becomes too much.
Okay, on a serious note, I really hope you enjoyed this video. Please tell me in the comments if you kind of do some of the same things that I've talked about in this video, or if you have some weird things that you do in your country. Let me know in the comments down below and let's make a discussion, shall we? Yes, we shall. Anyway, thanks a lot for watching. I will see you guys later. Make sure to...
Okay, so this was by Sunny. I liked that. I gotta give that a like. Were there any comments here that were interesting? As someone who just moved to Norway, I can confirm the last point. I've been to a few bars in the last few months, and every time I get swarmed by drunk Norwegians who all of a sudden want to speak English to me and tell me how great Norway is. Ha! The only downside is I end up drinking more, and I get more and more Canadian the more they drink. Okay. Norway is a small, weird little country with a lot of small, weird people doing all sorts of weird things. I love it. Yes, indeed, that seems to be true. Norwegians sound like my kind of people. All right, exactly. What else we got here? Norwegians love tacos. I know. I never... So random. Anything else? I definitely inherited the social on and off switch, but I can hold a conversation on public transport if the stranger is interesting. Okay, or you can just ignore them, apparently. What else we got here? Anything? Love for tacos. Oh, from Colombia. A lot of people from a lot of places. Swedish. Mexican, loves tacos. Yes, exactly. Norwegians do these things differently, but then every other nation does some other things differently. Yeah, I would agree with that. You know what? That's a good point to kind of end on, is every nation, definitely including the United States, and apparently Norway, is weird in their own way. Socially, the stuff they do, the stuff they eat. Norway has a strange celebration when they graduate high school, which is very interesting to me, and a lot going on there. So I really enjoyed this video. There were some very unique, weird, detailed stuff about Norwegians that I had not heard before. So that's always very interesting to get this kind of different insight into the Norwegian culture. A little more exposed and vulnerable, you know, when we're talking about what makes you weird. So I really did enjoy this for that reason. Anyway, if you enjoyed this, feel free to give it a like or leave a comment. And if you're interested in more videos like this, me reacting to Norway, Norwegian culture, stuff in Norway that I've never seen before, feel free to subscribe for more. And until then, thanks for watching, and see you next time.